So hey guys, again another video with me on the motorcycle. Let's get this started. So what I want to talk to you guys about today is I've been looking for a laptop to buy. It's actually for my brother. He's doing college right now, and he is doing a, well, what is it called? A Bachelor of Computer Application. Yeah, it's BCA. He's doing that. It has to do with a lot of languages and computer stuff. So he needs a laptop, and I want to give him a laptop. I can't just give him my laptop because it is used. I've been using it for 3 years now. It's a fairly competent offering, but yeah, I would just want to give him a new one. So that is the thing about that. Now, my budget is, well, initially the budget was about 50,000 because I don't really have a lot of money to spend on it. But then I started comparing, and most laptops at that price range don't get a lot of graphics horsepower. It's mostly an i5, and I slowly started changing my requirement for it. I wanted an i7. I want him to have 4 cores and 8 threads because a lot of tasks which he does, like encoding, video encoding and all that, which requires more cores, at least video cores. And also I want a pretty competent offering in the graphics department. At least a 1050 GTX. I've seen a lot of laptops with Radeon graphics, but in my opinion they're just not good enough. Oh shit. He almost killed me. Anyways, with all that said, there are quite a bit of laptops, but all of these laptops are priced in the range of 70 to 90. And finally I thought, well, if I'm gonna work out all of these prices, I might get him a good laptop. So I looked and looked and looked. I zeroed in on an Asus FX553 VD. This is the screenshot of it, and that is what I zeroed in on. It felt like a very good, competent offering. It does have a lot of things which I really like it. I mean, it's a GTX 1050. It's only a 2 gig graphics card rather than a 4 gig. I would have really liked to have a 4 gig graphic card because of my current laptop, which is a Y510P Lenovo. That one has a 2 gig graphic card, and I can see a lot of bottlenecking because of that. Because on games, in a lot of games, like namely Assassin's Creed Syndicate, that really does need more graphic RAM. But at that price, it was just not available. Now, FX 553 or 533, whatever, it's not a gaming laptop. It's a normal multimedia centric laptop, but a lot of people were using it for gaming, so I read the reviews and all that. It was a pretty good offering, but still that 2 gig of 1050 graphics kind of bothered me. I wanted a little bit more. It's a 1080p display. I wanted 1080p display also. There were other laptops from HP, 768 display, which I just wanted to avoid. Apart from that, there wasn't much else which I needed. Then I came across an ROG Strix GL553, which is almost exactly same as the other laptop which I was looking at, which was the FX553. But this one had 4 gigs of 1050 memory graphics. I looked at the price. It was, of course, more expensive. It was 89,000 rupees, and that is quite a bit more from the 72,000 or 73,000 which was for the FX553. The only changes which I could see are that it is an ROG Strix, so it is recognized gamer laptop. It had an RGB keyboard, which honestly I don't really want to have, and 14,000 rupees for just the graphic card upgrade. 14,000 for just a 2 gig increase in the graphics memory was a little too much for me to stomach actually, so I didn't want to do that. Then I started looking at MSI laptops, because MSI laptop for almost same configuration was at about 87. It's 2,000 rupees less than that. Then there was an epiphany. So I know that FX553 is not a gaming laptop, and just because it's not a gaming laptop, it doesn't say gaming in its title, it was much less pricier. And I know MSI and Acer makes other laptops which are not labeled as gaming but have a sufficient amount of horsepower behind it. So I was looking at other laptops from MSI and Acer which don't have, wow, okay, line cable, yeah, it's TV cable, it's getting worked on. So yeah, I was looking at other laptops like MSI and Acer, ROG also, I mean Asus also, because I was not going to give that up. So I was looking at these laptops also where it would have a fairly good internals. I didn't want anything crazy. I didn't want a 1060. I would have loved to have a 1060, but they are really expensive right now. 1060 and i7 was a given for me. I wanted i7. 16 GB of RAM was pretty good. I can go with 8 gigs. Yeah, these were kind of my requirements for it. And finally, I stumbled upon a laptop called the MSI PE62 7RD. So that was a laptop which I zeroed in on, and I started looking for reviews on it, and surprisingly the 62 version does not have many reviews. The only stuff which I found was about PE60, and that I believe is an older laptop, or it has a CD drive and all that, but the same internal, so I went with that, and it was surprisingly good. It does have enough juice to get through all the softwares and games which I want to run on that, so I'm really impressed with that. It does have 16 gigs of RAM, 4 gig 1050 graphics card, and also it is a 1080p 94% PAL NTSC color space, which is good enough. The only difference, the only negative thing I could find is that with the PE60, some reviewers were saying that display brightness was pretty low, so that's just another thing. And also keyboard backlighting. I wanted keyboard backlighting. I didn't want RGB, but this one has a white keyboard backlighting, which is pretty cool. And yeah, that is the things which I wanted, and I went ahead and bought the PE62 laptop. It cost me about 84,000 rupees. You might have already seen the pictures of a screenshot. You can see that it will be arriving in 2 or 3 days. That is where I am right now. In hindsight, would I have bought another laptop? You have to remember, my budget was not 85,000 rupees, almost 85,000 rupees. My budget was 50,000 rupees, and from there I went way overboard with a lot of other stuff. So for the most part, am I happy with my purchase? I don't know. I might be. I will have to wait until I get my laptop and see if it is really good or not. The main thing which boggles me is that there is no reviews about this laptop. I don't know why that is the thing. There should have been more reviews. It's from what I heard and what I saw, it was released on May 2017, and it's been quite a while now. May is what? January, February, March, April, May. 5. It's been 3 months now, and no one has a video on it. The only video which I saw was in Spanish or some other language which I don't understand. Not really sure if it's even globally available. That might be one reason, because that it is not available for a lot of people, and a lot of people don't have access to it. But hey, I'm anyways going to make a video on it, and probably a review on it. Yeah, I will be making one video on that, at least one video on that. Unboxing, sure. Review, most probably, almost definitely. Be sure to look out for that video, which will be coming soon. I'm not really sure if it'll be of any use for you guys, because if you're not looking for that specific laptop, well, you might not find it any interesting. But I think it would be a very interesting thing to add a new laptop, which no one else may have ever made a video of, at least yet. And I would like to try it out. It will be something which I'm really looking forward to. In case you don't know, this is my happy place. I really like to come here and just stay, not do anything else, because there's pretty good amount of sunlight, which you can probably see. And there is a water tank which is part of the Japan drinking water supply. So yeah, that is the thing which I wanted you guys to note of. And do let me know, did I make a wrong choice? I probably did, according to a lot of people. A few of my techie friends did ask me why I got this laptop. The Lenovo Y50 was kind of a promising choice, but it was really expensive. It was like 96,000 or something like that. I didn't want to spend that much amount of money on something which my brother's gonna use in college, because it's gonna get abused. But 85,000 wasn't really my choice either, so yeah, I think I can live with that. And yeah, let me know if you guys agree with my decision on going with a non-gaming laptop for gaming, because it is an MSI. It is part of the Prestige lineup, which is more of a business class laptop, I guess. It is silvery, it is flashy, but not in a gamery kind of a way. As I was saying, my friends, at least a little techie ones, told me that I was wasting money on 1050 at that price. But if you look at the market, there is no 1050 Ti or 1060 laptops within 90,000. There is none. So yeah, for the most part, this is it which I wanted to talk about. And does it make sense to get a laptop at this price point? I mean, yes, you could build a freaking amazing desktop PC at this price point. 85,000 rupees, you could buy a really sick gaming rig, desktop gaming rig. But that is a problem. A desktop gaming rig wouldn't be of any use for us. We want something which we could travel with, because we travel a lot. And my brother, he's in hostel right now. As I said, do let me know if I made the right choice going with the MSI non-gaming PE series, that's the Prestige series, rather than going with something like GE or GP or GL, which is a gaming series. Because primarily it's gonna be used for gaming, because my brother is a huge gamer. He doesn't game a lot on AAA titles though. He games more on, he does game on Witcher, which is a AAA title, which is a demanding title. That is one thing. He games mostly on Counter-Strike and all that. So yeah, this is what I want to know from you guys. Do let me know, and I'm already home. That was a very short commute. So yeah, see you guys next time then. Bye.